Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm just here for yet another part of our collage journal that we've been making. So obviously in the last one we had kind of done the inside of the front cover, you know, which I just absolutely love. Popped this pocket in, and then we just popped this piece on here. Oh, and we just put a little button embellishment on there. So really kind of we're just now popping pieces into the journal, just kind of interspersed throughout, so that we can kind of see, you know, what more we have to do, if anything, because it might be that actually, you know, we've got kind of quite enough pieces really that the journal's becoming bulky, you know, and so therefore it can't really take much more. But, you know, kind of until you start kind of popping things in, that's often hard to kind of tell really. So, you know, that's why kind of it's beneficial sometimes to kind of start stuffing bits in really. So I've got this piece here, which we did in a craft along, where we just kind of obviously collaged the top half. And I would like to have this as a little corner tuck down here. I've got these button embellishments, which I've made obviously prior to coming on and filming. So we could kind of have it like that. I've got some larger ruffles, which again I kind of showed last time, which we could kind of obviously decorate the page up with them. So just kind of deciding really, you know, how to kind of have this. Whether to have a kind of ruffle on there, or whether to have the button embellishment. I think we will go with the ruffle. So I'm just going to hot glue this on just for speed again. You know, it's really great because then I don't have to kind of wait around kind of boring you guys waiting for things to dry, you know, because obviously hot glue is pretty instant. Now, just while I've done this, I've just noticed my bird's tail is coming up, so I'm just going to kind of pop some glue there to pop that down. There we go. So I rather like the ruffle here, so let's just trim that down, and we'll just kind of glue that just along here. I think looks really sweet. So, and I'm just going to kind of do it slightly at a curve, not kind of overly much, but just very slightly. Oops, like that. And then I'll just pop a tiny dab of glue here. There we go. Looks super pretty. So there we go. Liking that. Let me just trim off a couple of the threads. Obviously I like to leave the threads hanging, but not when they're kind of intruding on other pieces. So we've got that one. Now I obviously popped this paper bag down there, but I might come back to that just in case we want to kind of swap it around with anything. Here we've got this gorgeous envelope pocket that we made. I love, love, love this envelope. So definitely going to kind of glue this down like this. Now, just need to decide how to have this, whether to kind of glue it as a kind of side pocket, and obviously it's cut open as a top loading pocket. So I think that's kind of how I'm going to do it. And again, just, you know, to mention, and I said this in the last video, you know, I kind of leave things, I tend to leave things as pockets, even if I'm not planning on using them as a pocket. Because I think it's better to have the pockets there, should you want to use them, than obviously cover them up and wish you had them. So, you know, it might be that the journal gets too bulky and we can't really, you know, use this as a pocket. But by having it there, you've then got the option of using it, which is kind of always better, isn't it? So, you know, that's kind of my thinking on that. So let me just pop another glue stick in my gun, because you know, it's kind of getting a bit low. And then just going to kind of hot glue around there, like that. Just glue that down like that. So, you know, just making sure really that it's kind of nicely stuck down like that. And I've just picked this up because obviously, you know, we didn't use that on the other page, so we could kind of have it here, just opposite here, which, you know, for me that just looks gorgeous. Or I've got this one which is actually from this same fabric, but I quite like the bright, I think. So let's pop that down. I just think these button embellishments, and I have kind of noticed lots of people using them now, you know, I just think they're really simple, but they're really fun thing to use. And, you know, they kind of just, they're a good way of decorating a page like this, for instance, but they don't really add too much bulk. They're pretty quick to make. And, you know, again, you can kind of make them in all styles. I mean, this is obviously a really nice, bright, colourful one. But, I mean, in the past, we've obviously made kind of lots of vintagey looking ones and things. So, you know, they're a good, fun thing to use, I think. So, I'm just, oh, just peeled that off. I was trying to get some glue off of there, and I just peeled it up. So let me just stick that down. Okay. Oh, don't you hate it when you can kind of see glue? And just trying to pick it out, and now I kind of wish I hadn't started. Right. Come on, come on. Right. Okay, let's just leave this alone. Can't quite. Hold on. Okay, right, leave that now. No, I still can't. Sorry. Right. Okay, I have left that now. Let me check it's glued. Yes, it is. So we've got a side pocket, and we've obviously got the top loading pocket, which is now, I've glued it down. So there we go. So the top loading pocket, and obviously the side pocket down here. And then going over the page, we had our little kind of paper bag that we made, which has got the tag in there, kind of matching that. So again, you know, we can decide whether we want to kind of decorate this up at all. You know, we could kind of pop a little ruffle down, we could pop a little flower down. We could put some lace down. I mean, strangely enough, I'm kind of not really kind of using lace too much in, or, you know, I don't think I've used it at all in this journal. To me, it doesn't feel like a lacy journal. That may sound a bit strange, but that's just kind of how I feel. Is it's not, to me, feeling like a lacy one. But, you know, that doesn't mean I won't change my mind. You know, kind of that's just how I feel right this second. But, you know, of course, never say never, because who knows what we might end up using in here, you know, shortly. So I've got a couple of the rosebuds, so we could kind of experiment with a couple of those just on the page to see whether we can have a rosebud somewhere, kind of popped on the page somewhere. So let's just kind of cut that out. Like that. Oops. Come on. So we could have a little rosebud, which I quite like the kind of continuity of having that. So if I just kind of press this down for a moment. Now, I know that I did just say, oh, it doesn't feel like a lacy journal to me. Just kind of going away from that was, I did buy this, which I can't even think where I bought this actually. But I only bought it a few weeks ago when I first started filming these. So that's how long I've obviously been filming these. Because obviously at that point I hadn't thought it was not a lacy journal. And I just thought, oh, if I'm going to use lace, let's put some red in there, because it felt very fun to me. So we could, you know, although I have just said it's not a lacy journal, this to me is a bit different because obviously it's a really bright, gorgeous, fun, you know, it's not kind of lace as in, you know, how we use it in the kind of vintage, you know, journals that we make. I don't know what you guys think, so I might just pop the rosebud down, or we could have the rosebud kind of on that little book page opposite. Oh, that's quite cute, isn't it? Let's have that on there. So just pop that there, because we can always cut another one out and have another one up there. So yeah, I mean, literally, that's what I mean. I just that second said, oh, it doesn't feel to me like a lacy journal. And here I am in the same video on the same page, popping some lace down. But honestly, to me, this just doesn't feel the same as kind of the lace that I was referring to when I said that, because this is a very vibrant kind of crochet lace. And honestly, I mean, I actually bought this with this journal in mind. So, you know, this to me doesn't really feel, doesn't feel like the lace that we normally use. So we pop that on there. And I've popped that at that sort of curve because I thought that was kind of cute. So I hope you guys think that's kind of sweet too. What happened to my buttons? Over there. So might kind of pop that down like that, because that looks quite cute to me. What do you all think? I'm just going to have a look in my small tub of bows, which I've got kind of beside me. I have a kind of large jar, or not necessarily large, but a jar of bows for my kind of big, you know, big bows that I use. And then I also have a small one full of kind of smaller, you know, bows that I like to use. So just thought we'd try a bow somewhere. Might still put that somewhere, just need to kind of decide. So I've got my paper bag. I'm going to just pop that down, I think, as a tuck spot. So again, just going to kind of pop it down on two sides. Oops. Like that. So I'll just pop that like that. And I mean, obviously for kind of more continuity as well, there's no reason why we couldn't just kind of pop around just some little bits of the paper, because obviously I've still got scraps of the paper that we were using, you know, for the collage, and there's no reason why we couldn't just, you know, kind of randomly kind of incorporate those around the journal, providing I obviously don't drop them and lose them first. But hang on a moment. Oh, right, okay. You know, because they may be quite cute to kind of just pop them on at random kind of places. So, you know, I may revisit that idea in a minute. So just having a look to see what buttons. Oh, those ones are gorgeous, aren't they? So sometimes it's just a case of finding the right ones. So there we go. Pop them down like that. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Really, really, really cute. And then do we want the bow on there? Maybe not. Maybe the bow's a bit too much. Maybe the bow is a bit too much. Right. Whilst we're just playing around, let's just have a look at this centre page. So put that lace to one side. I didn't buy very much of that lace. I think I only bought 1 metre or 2 of it. So I'm going to have to be a bit frugal and stingy with it because, you know, I haven't got an abundance of it to use, unfortunately. Right, let's have a look. Because obviously this page looks pretty, you know, bright, I am going to keep this, I think, just really understated and just have a white ruffle rather than anything kind of too colourful going down here. So again, I'm just going to glue that down the side. So just pop that on like that. Okay. And then could have a little button piece there. Could have the little bow somewhere. Let me see how that would look. Right, the red doesn't necessarily kind of go on that page because we haven't really got anything else red. Just delving into my little pot of bows. Got a blue with little polka dots. Could have that somewhere. That's quite pretty, isn't it? I think I've got a bigger blue with polka dots in my jar, so I just bring my jar around. So yeah, I just like to keep this kind of topped up with little bows because I really do love bows. Just think they're like super pretty. So I quite like that. So I think I'm going to pop that bow on there. Please excuse all the glue all over my fingers. I seem to constantly be covered in glue. Right. And then we've got a little button embellishment. Have a different coloured one. Let's see what else we've got in these buttons that I did. It's quite a nice one, isn't it? I mean, obviously I did these, you know, as I say, in a variety of colours, you know, some more colourful than others. But I mean, actually, hopefully you can kind of see that every single one that I've put down, to me, every single one kind of goes potentially. So, you know, that's great. Although it's now making it tricky to make a decision, but I think it's just that they're so cute that every single one just looks really good. So I think we'll go for this one. And actually, just having a look. Before I glue this on, I think what we'll do is let's take some of our fabric, maybe some of the blue spotty, and just put a really nice chunky page tab on there, because again, I don't very often include the tabs, but how cute is that going to look? So let me just cut that down to size. So kind of wet glue this on, and then I'll probably hot glue the button over it, so that will help to kind of reinforce it anyway. So we'll just pop this here, and then we'll obviously pop it down on the other side as well. Like that. Oops. And then we're just going to pop the button over that. Ooh. How cute does that look? Because obviously it just kind of blends with the spotty bow, and yeah, just for me that's super cute. Love it. And obviously that ties in this kind of the blues on this little bag when we glue that down. Quite like that ruffle there, so I might just leave that in place there while I just have a decide. Now, what time are we up to? 19:40. Right, so we'll go through and see the next pieces that we've got. So we've got this gorgeous pocket, fold out pocket that we made. So let me just put my scissors on there to kind of hold the page down out of the way. Just tie that back up like that. Okay, so we can have that there. And again, you know, we've got obviously some of the collage pieces that we could kind of pop on the background to blend that in, you know, or we could just obviously have, you know, a ruffle, a bow, or, you know, a button piece or something like that. But I'm just kind of having a look, kind of just playing and seeing what might look best. So I quite like it like that, to be honest. So I'm going to pop this piece of the collage down. So just pop that like that. And we're going to have that like that. And then, do we want anything else? Got this beautiful pink flower, which we could have somewhere. That's pretty, isn't it? Let me just stand up and see how that looks. That's quite nice. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe we'll have it like that. I have also got these flowers, which I know I keep on putting these in and then not really using them. I don't know whether it's because these are not such a bright colour red, because I didn't actually make these for this journal. I made them from for a previous one. So let me just pull in a couple of the ones that I actually made, you know, with this journal in mind, because they maybe would be better. So, and I'll also pull in a couple more of the little hand-stitched ruffles and kind of just check out these pieces before we kind of glue things down and make our final decisions. So oops. I wonder if that's going to bulk that out quite a bit. Perhaps we should swap them. Doesn't really kind of fit, if I'm truthful. I don't know whether I like that in the middle. Let me stand up and see how that looks. Automatically I go to kind of pop it to the side, kind of down a bit, but actually looking through there, it actually looks quite nice in the middle. So yeah, perhaps I should pop that in the middle for a change. So, and I guess we've got kind of options then, haven't we? So let's have a look. Right, let's just pop this down before I change my mind again. So I have to be a bit careful because it's overhanging there slightly. So don't want to obviously glue the top half down. So just kind of carefully pop that down. I'm just going to undo the tie so that I can just check that I've not glued it down shut, you know, if that makes sense. So I just again get all those hot glue threads that just are oozing out, get them out of the way like that. Okay, so that looks good, and then I can obviously tie that back up. So just tie it back up like that. And then we'll just decide whether to have this cute flower. Now that flower may be a bit on the big side, so I could trim it down. Let me just see. Also, did you notice that when I bought those flowers in, I'd got one of my little fabric hearts kind of stuck on there? So I might just kind of pop that just over the way, because again, that's kind of cute, isn't it, to I guess just, you know, for me, kind of keeping the theme running through, and, you know, kind of matching the two halves of the page up. So, you know, by putting this here, it kind of blends the two pages together. So that's really cute. Okay, so I'm just going to attempt to cut this flower down. Sometimes this works, sometimes I make a hideous mess of it. So we'll see how it turns out. So, because obviously sometimes I just don't really get it very round at all, and then I have to keep trimming into it until the flower ends up like minuscule. So we'll hope it goes better today. Not too bad. Just trim that piece there. Oops, just got one more long piece here. So that's not too bad, is it? And then what I'll do, I'll just kind of do this bit at the edges just to rough those edges up a little bit. Okay. So we could kind of have that like that. What do you think, guys? Do you think that looks okay? Maybe that should be that way round. Oh yeah, that's better, isn't it? So we'll just pop some glue on there. Kind of have it hanging off a little bit. And we'll just pop this one on just there in the middle. Oops. There we go. So, super cute flower. Again, I probably won't bother putting anything in the middle of that because I think that looks really quite cute as it is. I don't feel it needs kind of anything in the middle of that. Now this is potentially a page that we could put something on, so we might come back to this. And obviously we've got this paper bag that, again, you know, we might decorate that up, or to be honest, we might just, you know, just pop something like that on there. We'll kind of see again how bulky the journal kind of looks after we've kind of popped the bits and pieces that we've got in here. So this one here, this one was the top loading envelope, which I think we'd kind of said we wanted to put here, and we're going to pop this as a corner piece on this page here. So love that. And I love this piece really so much. I don't want to do anything else to that. To me, that just is perfect, just how it is. So again, I'm just going to glue that with the hot glue, just for speed, so you guys aren't kind of watching while I'm just kind of waiting for it to dry. So just pop that down like that. Okay. Okay, and then we've got this piece here, which we're going to pop on there. Now I'm just having a look through, and oh gosh, I don't think we've had a ruffle for a little while, so I think we're going to pop a ruffle somewhere here. Feels it's needing one. I'm going to maybe just glue this down a sort of fraction there, otherwise it's just kind of coming up a bit, and I really like it dangling down. So let's have a look how we want the ruffle to go. Whether, you know, we could even have it up there. Again, I'm always kind of tempted to put them down the bottom, and I don't know why that is really. Whether that kind of just works best for me aesthetically, I'm not sure. So we'll hold that kind of open. Again, I'll probably do this as a I was going to say a tuck spot with a pocket. What do you think? Yeah, probably a tuck spot with a pocket. So just again kind of glue this down like that. And actually, let's have it kind of hanging over a bit, because then we've got that cute tab overhanging the page just a fraction. Now I've got glue seeping out, so let me just try and peel that off. Doesn't look very good. That's because I kind of stuck it down and then had to slide it across, and now it's obviously got ink on there from my inky fingers, so oh well, never mind. So hopefully the ruffle's going to cover it a little bit, so there we go. If I'm not stuck to the ruffle, that is. So again, I'm just going to kind of pop the ruffle at a bit of a curve. So I'm just going to kind of pop that down like that. Like that. Oh, how cute does that look? Love that. And again, so we've got this off, which we could kind of pop something on here. So, you know, potentially we've got kind of another couple of surfaces that we could kind of put things on, but we don't have to. You know, we'll kind of see what we think. Oops, we haven't glued this one down yet, so we can kind of glue that one down. And then we've got the back of the inside cover, which I'm hoping to do another kind of collage page, a little bit like what we did on the front. But maybe incorporate a pocket or something. I'm not sure. I haven't quite kind of given that much thought yet. So let's kind of go for this page and finish this off. I'll just check what the time is looking like. So hold on, guys. Okay, so we're coming up to 35 minutes. So probably this will be kind of it for today. And then I might kind of spare you guys the collaging of the back cover and kind of do that a little bit in fast time. Well, not fast time, but the, you know, time without you guys having to witness it is what I mean. Ooh, or do we prefer it like that? That's really nice, isn't it? With the flower kind of over that tab. So I might have to have it like that. Yeah, might have to have it like that. I love all these vibrant colours. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? We could have this kind of literally kind of butt up against the page. I don't know if I've ever kind of done that before. Let me again have a look and see how that looks through the camera. I quite like that, strangely enough. I think that's kind of quite nice. So yeah, I might do that. So again, I'll have it as a tuck spot, I think. So again, you know, and as we keep saying, you know, you don't have to use it as a tuck spot, but by having it as one, you've at least then got the choice, which is good, you know, because obviously once it's kind of stuck down, you can't then kind of wish you had. So I've got that, and I've just noticed I never trimmed off the edge of that, so just trimmed that off now. I'll pop that down like that. Now again, I'm just going to stand up and look through again, because the only thing that I did think was actually to balance it out, this ruffle maybe looked better than the flower. Let's have a look. Ooh, that's quite nice. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Yeah, maybe like that. Just, yeah. So I'm going to take this one, pop this one up in the corner. Glad that I made quite a few of these now to go with this journal, because when I made them I thought, oh, I've now made loads of those in these colours and I probably won't really kind of have an opportunity to kind of use them again. But actually they've come in really handy, so I'm I'm glad that I made them now. Right. Okay. So I'm liking how that's looking. You know, looks really, really cute. And then again, I've got these cute little rosebuds. So again, what we could do is just kind of go round. And just kind of pop them into, you know, or onto a couple of pages. So again, I quite like them kind of on the vintage book page. So I might just kind of pop on there. Like that. And then we'll just do the last one that I happen to have here. And then that's probably going to be kind of it for today. So then I might just get on and might just complete the back page and the cover before doing the flip through. I'm not sure. I always think it's a bit boring if I've done the whole journal, you know, because who wants to then watch the flip through? You know, because then everyone's already seen the entire journal. So yeah, I might just kind of do that, you know, if you all don't mind. You know, because then it might be a bit more interesting when then the journal's completed. There we go. Oops. Okay, so liking that. Looks very cute. So yeah, I think quite a few of those pages look really gorgeous now. So hopefully you guys kind of think it's all coming together really nicely as well. Yeah, so I will see you guys next time. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I will see you all for another episode or another video anyway, possibly something different. So thanks very much, and I'll see you all again soon. Thanks then, bye.